episode of Fish on Fridays. Hannah! Hi. Hello.
This is so weird. It's gonna keep going for a long time.
Can I get a fish?
Fish!
Can I get an on?
On!
Can I get a Fridays?
Fridays! Yesterday I was driving and I looked up and just saw the moon and it was huge. It was just like the sky was really clear and the moon was just beautiful and clear. And there are those moments, those like aha, like, ooh, beautiful moments that I think we experience in just creation and in God's creation. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about how we can find like the wonder in God's creation during this Lent, and then also reflect on a little bit from the Bible and also from Pope Francis.
I have this nifty book called Dear Pope Francis, where a bunch of small children, such as yourselves, where they wrote letters to Pope Francis and asked him questions about himself, about the church, about Jesus. As we're talking about creation, look at this kid. This kid's named Ryan.
Stop.
And Ryan wanted to ask the Pope, Dear Pope Francis, it's an honor to ask you my question. My question is, what did God do before the world was made? Sincerely, Ryan. And then look at this picture. There's Jesus on top of the world with all the stars surrounding him. What did Pope Francis say to young Ryan? He says, Dear Ryan, there is beauty in creation. God began making something when he created the world. But if I told you that God was doing nothing before he created the world, I would be wrong. In fact, God also created time. That is the before and after.
Ooh, deep.
But I don't want to confuse you with these words. Think of it this way. Before creating anything, God loved. That's what God was doing. God was loving. God always loves. God is love. So when God began making the world, he was simply expressing his love. Before doing anything else, God was love and God was loving. Sincerely, Franciscus. It's Latin for Francis. Pope Francis, our Pope.
I'm gonna scoot forward again.
Pope Francis is our Pope. He's the leader of the Catholic Church.
Thank you, Neal. So we can learn that God created the world out of love, and that he didn't just create it without any purpose, that he was creating it out of love, that he loved us, that he loved the world.
It only makes sense then that because God created the world out of love, and even before then, God was loving, that we should love what he created.
The earth is good, and so we are to take care of it. And that is what Pope Francis also talks a ton about in his, correct me if I'm wrong, I would say it, Laudato Si.
Yes.
Wow, I actually said it right. We have to remember that we have, like, as Pope Francis says, a human ability to transform our reality, like our surroundings. So we are active participants in the world and what happens to it. Part of this Lent is a challenge to take care of the earth and the world, because it is a gift. We are from the earth. We consume it. We give back to it. I'm going to quote the book, but it's quoting the Bible, so whoa, that's cool. It says, through the greatness and the beauty of creatures, one comes to know by analogy their maker. That's from Wisdom. Indeed, his eternal power and divinity have been made known through his work since the creation of the world. So through the world and creation, we get to know God more.
What are some ways that we can respect creation?
Hey, perfect. Thank you. I was actually, that was great because I was just going to
Then go for it, sister.
Well, for one, just like acknowledging the beauty of creation and taking that time.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Exactly, that's true.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. I have a water bottle that's reusable, and Neal has a reusable like cup. So that's one way. You can drink fair trade coffee. Ooh.
You can carpool places.
You can buy from the local farmer's market. Plant a tree.
A lot of people think loving creation and having that awe of the environment and everything that's around us is something that only tree huggers and hippie hipsters do. But in reality, it's something that we're all called to do.
To close, I am going to read Psalm 8. It says, "When I see your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are humans that you are mindful of them, mere mortals that you care for them? Yet you have made them little less than a god, crown them with glory and honor. You have given them rule over the works of your hands, put all things at their feet. O Lord, our God, our Lord, how awesome is your name through all the earth." God gave us a huge responsibility out of love, and it's awesome and great, and we're a part of it. We're a part of the earth and all of that. So, pretty cool.
We're at week 3 in Lent, and we've almost hit the halfway mark. This is me waving goodbye. Over.